Hello, this is an example of annotating the historian way. What's needed to annotate the historian way? You need three different colors, one for labeling paragraphs, one for underlining main ideas, and one for circling information, circling capitalized information. So for our sake, labeling paragraphs will be in blue, underlining will be in black, and then circling capitalized information will be in red parentheses in the document. So the document that we're going to be reading is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and it's from Newsela. This document is on the lowest Lexile level, just because I wanted to show that this strategy works for different types of readers in the classroom. So we've copied the article onto a Google Doc. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and labeled my paragraphs, and I've also circled capitalized information. So the thing that we're going to be doing together is underlining main ideas. Now, I think it's important to note that, yes, I've highlighted this information so that you can see that it's three different colors, but for underlining, it's going to be in black. And also, I love this strategy because it's really hard for students to annotate when they have only a highlighter to use. They end up making a huge highlighter mess on their paper, and then later on when they're trying to read and decipher the importance of the document, it's going to be hard because they have everything highlighted, because we can't tell what's important and what's not. So we're going to go back to our article. Like I said, I've labeled our paragraphs already, and I have my important capitalized words circled. So we're going to read the paragraphs for the main ideas, which will be underlined in black. The 4th of July is a special time in history. It is when the United States chose to become its own country in 1776. On this day, an important paper was approved by U.S. leaders. It is known as the Declaration of Independence. Its history deserves a closer look. Because this document is in a lower Lexile, they're chunking the paragraphs into easier to read sentences. Although I wouldn't want my students to have two main ideas in one paragraph, I'm going to be circling, two sentences that are main ideas in one paragraph. I would just want them to have one clean main idea, just so it's not confusing and they don't make a huge highlighter mess. So I'm going to be underlining two sentences, but that's just because this document is chunked into easier to read sections. So here we have this and this. And the main idea I took out of this paragraph is that on the 4th of July in 1776, so on this date, an important paper was approved by U.S. leaders. It is known as the Declaration of Independence. So that's our first paragraph, annotated the historian way. Let's move on to paragraph 2. Before George Washington was president, the United States was ruled by the King of England. The U.S. was 13 colonies of England. The colonies became upset with the way the king governed. The colonies chose lawmakers to help protect him. There were several battles between the colonies and England. Eventually, people wanted to break away from the king. They wanted the U.S. to have its own leaders and laws. So I think the main idea of this paragraph would be the colonies became upset with the way the king governed. We can see that in the Declaration of Independence. And then this last sentence down here, they wanted the U.S. to have its own leaders and laws. It shows, so the colonies became upset, and then this was the effect of that. The U.S. wanted to have their own leaders and laws. So we'll do one more paragraph together on writing the paper. So lawmakers from the colonies formed a Congress, and then we have Congress circled here, and the place where this happened in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So gathered in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the lawmakers decided to write the Declaration of Independence. A declaration is a strong statement. It said exactly why the U.S. wanted its own laws and leaders. So I am going to underline the lawmakers decided to write the Declaration of Independence. And what a declaration is. sorry, here, and what exactly the Declaration said. Now, I just want to show you what this might look like if it was highlighted yellow. So more than half the paragraph is highlighted, even though the sentences are broken down a lot. That can be really confusing for a student rather than having it underlined, so it's easier for them to see the words, and they can easily decipher what they were trying to get from that paragraph. So this is an example of annotating the historian way. Thank you.